Also, that's Davis Kiarie. His song is Unapendeza, the Lord Anapendeza. I'm so excited. In studio we have great guests. Yes, they told me they're brother and sister. I didn't know. But definitely, we're so glad to have you this morning. Davis Kiarie and Kes Mbogoh. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
Oh, yes. Where do you guys minister? Because I know you're worship leaders, both of you. Yes, your music instructors. Hey, we have big guys in studio. Where do you guys minister?
I minister at Nairobi Gospel Assembly and Bishop Alois Ritivi. Yeah.
Yeah. On the TV.
Yes.
Great.
And I minister in GGB. It's in Meru under Bishop Karaoke, Patrick Karaoke. So the church is all the way.
All right. I'm tempted. A random one. So besides music, what you guys do? I know we'll delve deeper into the music that you guys have done. But besides music, what do you do?
I'm a crime analyst.
Crime analyst.
So I do a lot of research in regards to crime. But majorly, I love ministry because my first calling is unto the Lord. Yeah.
Great case.
Wow, all things music. I studied music here. I'm still studying music here, actually, and I'm a music teacher, instructor. So everything about me is music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking all about knowing the will of God, which is very key for everyone. Like you said, you're all music. Music is what you studied. Music is all what you're all about right now. And Davis, you're saying that you're a crime analyst. I'm sure the will of God has a place in your heart, right?
Yes.
Even as worship leaders. And so we want to just know, how did you establish that music ministry beyond the giftings and the talent is what you were created to do, is what you wanted to do in long term?
Personally, ever since I was young,
Yes.
I have had a passion for ministry. My dad is an evangelist. My mom loves prayer. We always pray. She prays a lot of prayers, especially when we are about to eat. So we are one of those children when we are like, you hit the spoon on the table and you're like, Mom, you prayed for too long,
Like you can pray after this.
Exactly. So I've grown up in that kind of setting. I've seen my dad minister, and by the grace of God, I've been able to encounter Christ for myself and be able to realize my true calling as it pertains to the work of ministry. So this is something that has grown over time. Yes.
Okay.
For me, I was mentored by my bishop a lot, Bishop Karaoke, and I never knew how to sing, first of all.
Really?
I was singing off key, off everything, off tune. But in fact, when I joined KU, I had joined to do theatre arts and film technology, a degree. Then I discovered there was something like a music degree.
Yes.
Like you can study music in campus. So I went and talked to my bishop, because no one understands when someone says, I want to do a music degree.
Yeah.
And he was preaching in our service and was saying, if you're passionate about designing and clothes, or you're passionate about food, if you studied according to your passion, what will happen? You become a force in that area. So I had my eyes opened, and I was like, I'm passionate about music, though I'm singing wrong. I can do music.
Yeah.
And actually, that's how my ministry started. I was given the mic, messed up a lot. I was just mentored. I allowed myself to be mentored. Yes, by my church and my bishop, and of course my mom played a big role in supporting me.
Wow, you guys have parents. Let me just say that you have real parents, in the sense that, most of our parents told us to be what they wanted us to be, not necessarily just telling us and giving us a go ahead. If you want this, just go ahead, go with it. You make it. You become everything that you have desired, and you can give them a shout out right now.
Wow. Shout out to my mom and my dad and my brother. and my sister. Who else? And my grandpa.
Everyone.
Love you all.
Okay.
Actually, shout out to my family. My mom and my relatives are all in Nakuru. I know you're watching me, so God bless you. Thank you for your support. And my church back at home in Meru, my bishop. Hi.
Those are the people who made you guys to be what you are
Yeah.
today.
Imagine. Yes.
So now, Yesu Peke has happened. That's your, like, the latest song. Like, I watched that song, I was like, wow. Your voice is just blending so well. The Spirit of God, you just see that God has, I mean, Jesus is the center of the song. He's really exalted in the song that you guys have done. So how did you come up to do the song? I was waiting because I knew you would do a song, but I didn't know when. How did this happen?
Kestin has been a sister in the Lord, and we met the first time when we were in Mbogoh.
She still is.
No, Meru rather. She still is. And I was playing the saxophone there in their church. I'd been invited to play the sax. But when she was ministering, I realized, hey, this thing, I don't know if these guys realize what this lady is carrying.
Yeah.
So when I had that burden to do this song with somebody, but I had not yet known who. So I was praying about it. And when God instructed me, you're going to do it with Kestin. So
God instructed.
Yes.
You know, we are talking about the will of God.
The
Someone
will
might
of
be hearing
God.
this.
Yes, exactly,
God instructed.
exactly.
How did He instruct you that Kestin?
Now, every time I pray, I have realized we are living in a generation that does a lot of prayer,
Yes.
but less listening. So I'm one person that believes in prayer and also listening, because I believe prayer is not just one way. It's communication unto God, but if you are also talking, He also has to talk.
Yeah.
So I believe in listening, knowing the voice of God for yourself, because in the Bible, Jesus says, "My sheep know my voice."
Yes.
So there is that voice that you know, and I understand even when you're growing up, there is when your mother calls you and says, "Is Esther Becky or Becky Esther?" Esther Becky.
You're allowed.
Thank you. Thank you. So I don't know how she calls you, but when she calls you, you will understand that's my mother calling.
Yes. Yeah.
Why? Because you've been listening to that voice over and over, so you know that voice.
Even over the phone.
Yes, you will know.
Yeah.
You will know. But somebody else, if for instance I tell you, that's not your mom, you'll be like, no, I know my mother's voice.
Yeah.
So the same thing, if you are in constant communication with God, you will know when He's speaking to you. If you're not in communication with Him, then you will always look for somebody to kind of make it look like it is God who is talking, but it's not really God. Because you've not yet grown to a place where you hear the voice of God for yourself.
Preach, preacher.
Amen.
That's nice. So we learn to listen to the Lord.
Yeah.
We are into praying and less of listening. So
Listening.
we cultivate a discipline of listening to
Yes.
Him. Because He's talking.
Yes, He is. He's always talking. Even right now, He's talking.
He's
There is listening, but there's another level. There is listening and also yielding.
yielding.
Jesus gave an example of two people that had been given an instruction by I don't know if it was their father who, but he told them do this, and one said no, I will not do it, but he ended up doing it. The other one said I will do it, but he ended up not doing
We are
it.
doing it.
So you can listen, you can do all these kind of acts, but do you really yield and say yes to the will of God? Even Jesus was battling with the will. He says, I came not to do my will, but to do the will of the one that sent me. So this thing is real. And Jesus said, if any one of you, anyone, not everyone, anyone. So if it is you who really thinks God has called you, if you want to be my follower, as Jesus was saying, you have to carry your cross, deny yourself, carry your cross daily and follow me.
Wow.
So battling is normal, but do you yield like Jesus
the
says,
will.
not my will, but yours
Your
be
will
done?
be done. So, Kes, now, how did the Lord instruct you? Oh, how did it go?
Well, I have ministered with Davis in various platforms and altars, and I know his heart for God. So actually, when he said that he wanted to do a song, he wanted us to do a song together, I did not think twice. I just said yes. I just said yes, and because I know who he is. I know his stand in God. I know his heart for God. He is a worship. Actually, a worshipper. He worships God.
You know his character.
His
You
character.
know.
I know him, so it was such a privilege to be asked to actually work on this project with him, and I did it.
So you wrote the song, and who did you produce it with?
I produced it with Omosula. It's called Omosula. Emmanuel Omosula. Majestic House of Music.
Yes.
He's an amazing producer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
must mention that.
He is.
Yes.
Wow. Tell me more.
If I may interject just a little.
Please do.
Now, writing the song, now I love that we are talking about the will of God.
Yes.
Personally, I didn't start like that. I wasn't just flowing all the way. What people don't know is I have been battling with the will of God as it pertains to music ministry for a long time. I'm one person that I got to a place in my life. I even did shows in the club.
Was crime more interesting, or
Crime was part of the but you see now the passion has been music and serving God. But I got to a point where God is telling me, this is the way I want you to serve me. But
so,
I'm like,
so you're saying you were doing shows outside the church?
I played in the club.
In the club, like
Yes,
in the club.
yes, I didn't just come like
this
that.
is church or club.
And I got to
Make
a
it
point.
real.
I got to a point in my life where God told me, now you have to make up your mind. I can't be. Jesus says in His word, He says that He's patient with us, and the reason why He's patient is because He wants us to yield to His will. So He's patient. There's that aspect of Him, but there's a point where it gets now. That's why even in the Bible it says, "My spirit will not battle with man for long." So there's a point where now you have to decide for yourself: am I going to walk the way God wants me to walk, or I'm going to do it my own way? So God put me in a position where He told me, now it is now or never. As in, you have to make up your mind, because I can't keep on battling with you on this, and I want you to do this work, the assignment, and you have to redeem time, because days are evil.
Oh yes.
So I had to yield, and I told God, whatever you want me to do is what I will do. And He told me, now you have to be careful, because my yes is not just saying yes. My yes comes with a price.
It does.
My yes will make some of the friends you've had for a very long time with you go away. Some of the things you really want to do that will make you look good in this world, you'll have to go. Why? Because every time you will stand, every time you will open your mouth, what will be flowing is my will, not your will. And I had to make up my mind. So the song Yesu Peke and Mimi Mali Yako, because that is the signature of the whole song, that I belong to God, that we are a prized possession. God has purchased us by His own blood. So we are not of our own. We cannot just make up our minds and do things our own way.
It's not just about seeking the will of God and knowing what it is. You have to yield to the will of God.
Exactly.
Wow, Cass, now encourage someone. You've been there. You've felt a passion for music, but you feel that the keys, you're off,
Oh yeah, then
you understand then. You have
Yes,
been there.
I
So you
have been
can,
there,
you're in a position to encourage someone who feels like music is my place, but I'm not qualified. I don't have what it takes to be in this ministry.
Wow. So as long as you know and you feel it in your heart that God has called you to that direction, please follow it. He will teach you. He says His Spirit will teach you all things. The Spirit will teach you all things. I'm a testimony that actually God taught me everything.
Everything.
Yes, everything I know about music, singing.
Including the guitar.
Okay, the guitar, you have to work on it.
I wish it can be as easy as you said.
Yes,
The
of
Lord
course,
taught me.
there's your part to play.
For sure.
And I know some of us are wondering, what's the will of God?
Yeah.
But before you actually identify your purpose in life, which is the perfect will of God, He says, giving thanks continually, which is a will of God.
Yeah.
So while waiting to hear from God, that Kerstin, I want you to take music. I want you to be music. Everything worship. Everything worship. Your life worship. That Becky, I want you to be in media and to preach to people on Sunday, those that are not able to go to church. That's what I want you to do. Before you get these very clear instructions, give thanks.
Give thanks.
Thank you, Lord.
As
Thank
you
you.
wait.
As you
Wow.
wait, give thanks, because that's his perfect will. That's what he says in Thessalonians, that giving thanks continually, which is the perfect will of God. So I learned to do that, and with time, in fact, this is the first video I have done.
Yes.
I have battled with confession time. Eh?
Confess it here.
And I'm thinking, I don't think I'm too good. I'm good enough. Trust me, we all go through that phase. And you're thinking, I don't think I'm good enough. Me, seeing, and then we shoot a video and it becomes a blessing to people. Me, maybe someone else. You transfer that thing to someone else. But God has called you to do that. And I thank God for Davis here, my brother, because God used him to introduce me to that platform and to actually make me believe that it's possible that casting, yes, this is just the devil whispering evil things into your ears.
Sure, there must be evil.
I
Considering
know,
your voice,
right?
I've heard it before.
But the moment you decide to follow God and to yield to his will, he actually leads you to the right people that push you to the right place.
Wow.
Yeah, so he, along your destiny, he lines fall into pleasant places, as he says in the Bible. They will fall into pleasant places, and he'll bring people, to just work on that, work on that. And I'm glad he has played a very big key in doing that in his life.
You guys are full of the word of God. I can attest to that. You're talking of yielding. You're talking of thanksgiving. Yes, it's true. Worship leaders need to study the word.
I'm telling
We are living in an age where people just do the keys and everything. And wow, and we're so glad. We definitely want to sing along, you guys, as you sing your song, Yes Super Care by Mbogoh and Davis Kiarie.